Hi everybody, Keith Tanner here from Flyin Miata, and as you can tell from my stupid hat, this is a holiday themed video. Just a little heads up, there is some construction going on in our warehouse right now. We're expanding some things, so if you hear some banging and swearing and hopefully not a lot of screaming, that's what's going on back there. Also just an FYI, we are shooting this live in vertical format. We will release a widescreen 4K version shortly, so don't bother telling us because we know. Okay, one thing, we have the holidays coming up, as you know, and so my plan today is to give you some ideas for stocking stuffers for your favorite Miata person. Because we know Miata people can be hard to buy for, because they are very particular about their cars and what they want on them, and these are some things that we think they might enjoy for various reasons. If you do enjoy this kind of content, do make sure that you subscribe to our channel, like this video, and as always, if you have questions, throw them in the comments. We'll answer them live. If we are in the future and you're putting stuff in the comments, we will answer them in the future as well. And another note about the future, Flyin Miata will be closed for the holidays. We're closing on December 24th and we'll reopen on January 5th to give our staff a good long break. And then we'll be right back to Miata stuff. So, gifts for Miata people. I'm going to break this into different sections because there are different parts of a car and maybe you want to address different things. I'm going to start with the cockpit. This is the stuff that you touch, that you feel, that is always sort of right there in the car with you, and it's a great place to do little things that will improve sort of the feel and the experience of the car. And the big thing right there is a shift knob. This is our weighted Delrin shift knob on a little stand. There we go. That literally screws right in on any manual transmission Miata. It's an easy installation, obviously, and because it's Delrin, doesn't get hot the way that some of them do. This is a great, thoughtful Christmas gift for someone because every time they drive the car, they will be touching this constantly. Another thing to show them you care is a cup holder upgrade. We have a couple of different versions of these around, but at the moment, this is probably the most popular one. This is basically a removable cup holder for the NA. We have a couple of different options. Check the website for it. This one slides in and off on a little bracket that goes in place, so it's not always there. But you need a place to put your hot chocolate when you're driving around in the cold, so always good. Another fun one, and this is available for, I think we have them for most Miatas, and that is a pedal kit. Depending on the Miata, there's different parts to them, but this makes it easier to heel toe if you're that kind of person. It improves the grip of your foot on the pedals, so if you're driving in wet conditions, if you're just coming out of the snow, you've got a little more grip. This is a good option and it gets a fairly easy installation. This is a popular one. People might not think to buy for themselves, but they'll really enjoy if they get it. And also, to sort of keep things quiet in the cockpit, we have several sound deadening and heat insulation options for you. This is a shifter insulation kit. The insulation inside the shift boot tends to break down very badly over time. This replaces that with good DEI insulation from Design Engineering Incorporated. Great sound deadening stuff. It'll get rid of a bunch of heat that comes through the cabin if you get that. We also have kits of various sizes. These are just examples for both sound deadening and for heat deadening. It goes underneath the carpet, inside the doors, a whole bunch of different options on the site. This is a great way to make the car feel just a little less rattly, a little less noisy, a little more luxurious. It's a great little upgrade that people, again, might not think of for themselves. And another one, this is kind of a funny one, but to get rid of rattles. These are top latch locks. These are little things that on the NA and the NB, when you clamp the top in place, these are the little buttons that pop in and out as you do that. They wear over time. If your Miata friend is having troubles with their latches not staying put, this is very often the cause. We have these both in black and, of course, Christmassy red. We don't have green, unfortunately, so you're stuck with either red or black. So. The next thing we'll address is the feel of the car. So that's the stuff that you touch when you're on the inside. How about the stuff you feel when you're driving? Of course, we've got a large catalog of stuff like this, but I've been told that I've got a $100 spending limit for this stocking stuffer, so we're going to look at some of the smaller things. One of them is bump stops. Now, we include a set of these with every set of shocks that we sell, but if you do not have a set of fresh Flyin Miata shocks, if you're running, say, the stock suspension, the stock bump stops, or a Brand X suspension, you may benefit from an improved bump stop. The bump stops in the early cars tend to disintegrate, literally in some cases. There's a red one out there that's used on later NBs that just literally turns into dust. That can make a big difference in ride quality. A little bit of a pain to install, but definitely a nice upgrade. Another one is this master cylinder brace. This makes the brake pedal feel nice and firm. This is for NAs and NBs again. We do have an NC version, or ND version, sorry. It's a little bit above the budget, not by much, but a little bit. We'll mention it anyway. But this bolts in and prevents the brake master cylinder from moving as you press on the pedal. It makes the pedal feel nice and solid. It's a very nice feel upgrade. You really do notice the difference, and it's a bolt-on nice upgrade there. And one of the most popular products we sell. These are our door, and far more people like them than have concerns about them. So these are always a good bet. And they literally will fit in their stocking, which is a nice steering wheel hanger. This goes underneath the mirror on an NA or MB Miata, and basically gives you a place to hang your removable steering wheel in the windshield when you're not using it. You have to have a removable steering wheel for this to work, obviously, unless you feel like unbolting your factory steering wheel and putting it on there. High effort, you can still do it, but it's kind of a fun thing. We put them on a couple of our cars, not because they're 100% functional, but because it's kind of cool to hang your steering wheel up on the windshield when you're not using the car. Along a similar note, we have tow hooks for all Miatas, different designs for different cars. These, of course, are very useful if you find yourself in a ditch or in a gravel trap, or for some reason you need to be yanked out of or off of or into something. But they also have a certain amount of cool value, so we're not going to judge. You put them on for whatever reason you want to, but we have them available for all Miatas, and they're a fun thing to do. Again, all bolt-on installation, so if someone doesn't like it, they can take it off again. Here's a big high-dollar one. Who listens to terrestrial radio anymore? AM, FM, it's dead. The ND still has an AM, FM radio, so this little cap replaces the factory antenna. It's not a big antenna, but some people, Travis, get very annoyed by having an antenna on their car, and so this little cap just screws in place the antenna. It's under 10 bucks, and it gets rid of that thing, and now you no longer have the embarrassment of driving around looking like a remote control car. Now these next two, well, these ones are a little more high effort to install, but they're cool. These are Flyin Miata tire valves. They are not only cool looking, but they actually are a better product than the factory or than the normal rubber ones you have. They deal better with track heat. They're more durable than rubber. It won't crack over time the same way, but mostly it looks cool. A little more difficult to install. You got to pop the tires off, and this will not work on cars with direct TPMS, some of the later NDs with tire, or NCs as well, with tire pressure sensors in the wheels. But very cool thing. And the wheels as well, we have we have very lightweight Flyin Miata lug nuts. They are aluminum, they are lightweight. They have a handy notification on the back so you know what the correct torque is. It's a simple little thing, but a set of these will make any set of wheels look cooler. If you do have a hubcap, make sure they will fit underneath that hubcap, but they are a very nice little wheel. We use them on all of our cars, or lug nut. We use them on all of our cars here, of course. They've got a knurled end to make them easy to spin on and off. And of course, they say Flyin Miata on them, which automatically is 5 cool points. Now we're going to move on to tools, and here's a segue. If you have yourself a set of nice looking lug nuts and you have yourself a set of nice looking wheels, you don't want to scar those wheels up as you're taking the lug nuts on and off. So we offer sizes, 19 being the correct size for Flyin Miata lug nuts. So more tools, because Miata owners do like to work on their cars. Sometimes they don't want to, but they like to have different options for how to manage oil draining, for example. This is the mess saver. This is for an NC. This sort of bolts into place or drops into place on the subframe. It can be installed permanently and allows, when you take the oil filter off, it drills into here and keeps it from pooling on the subframe and making an enormous mess. If you have ever changed the oil in an NC, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We also have adapter funnels as well for other cars, for other Miatas. I didn't grab one here. Some of them look a little more medical than others, but that will save them a bunch of pain. We also offer different funnels for different cars. We have a largemouth one here that comes with a cap and a little base it can screw into to keep the mess down, but that just pops into the oil filler cap so you don't pour oil all over your valve cover. Been there, done that. And we have some high-speed ones as well that have internal venting that allow you to pour the oil in faster. And I've got to tell you, I once ran the 25 hours of Thunderhill with a car that needed regular oil replenishment, and every pit stop we could have used these things for sure. Because when you're sitting there watching the clock and you're sitting there glug, 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 you definitely want one of those. So this may help you win the 25 hours of Thunderhill. Top tip. We also have other wheels to help, or other tools to help out with things like changing your timing belts, replacing seals. This is our Ninja tool. It's evolved quite a bit over the years. Now it has an actual Ninja on it. We have various seal installers, that sort of thing. They're all in our catalog, but these are very helpful, especially if you know someone is going to be working on their car. Also, we have our jack adapter. This allows you to jack the car up anywhere along the side of the car, which lets you get both sides of the wheels, both wheels off at the same time, without crushing the seam that's along the bottom of the car. It slops in there, goes onto your jack. Nice, safe way to lift the car by spreading the load around. So this is a nice way to take care of your car, or to tell someone that you understand they take care of the car and they want to show it some love. Now, all these tools are no good if you don't know what to do with them. So we also sell Miata books. I'm partial to these myself because I know the guy who's on the cover. But we have a couple of different Miata books. This is the latest version of how to build a high-performance Mazda Miata. This just came out this summer, so it is extremely up-to-date. You might recognize some of the cars on the cover. That one's over there, that one's over there. Anyhow, this will tell you everything you know about how Miatas work, how to upgrade them, everything from the engine to how the braking system works, to how weight transfer works under cornering. This doesn't tell you how to do things, it tells you why you might be doing things. If you're trying to change the handling or change the behavior of the car in some way, or looking for more power here, more power there, this will give you a lot of those ideas and make sure you don't go down any expensive dead ends. We also have Mazda Miata Performance Projects, which I did not grab, and that is a how-to. That will tell you how to change the clutch in an NA. That will tell you how to change the top, which is, I'm going to use myself as a reference because I have put a top on one of my cars. Brake service, that sort of thing. It is for the NAs and NBs only. It doesn't cover the later cars. This covers all generations. Always appreciated. And now the last couple that are a little bit, well, this one's a little less obvious, but this is a limited edition product that we have on our store right now, and we call it the Snuggle Blanket. It's a double-sided blanket. This is a sample. Ours has manga-style artwork all over it, basically comic book panels starring Miatas with hand-drawn artwork from our own Travis Ingram. And the backside is this Sherpa fleece. So basically this is a perfect blanket to keep in the car, to keep your passenger comfortable when you decide to put the top down, when they're not completely sure, or if you're going to a hockey game and you need to stay warm in the bleachers because it's cold in those rinks, or snuggling up watching Netflix. We're not going to judge. We don't necessarily want to know, but we're not going to judge. So that is on sale right now, limited edition while supplies last. So with all of this stuff, we're going to do our best. We are caught up with all our shipping from Black Friday. We should be able to ship this stuff out immediately. These are not going to ship until, I believe, next week. Can't guarantee they'll be there in time for Christmas. You can always print a picture from the website. If it doesn't make it, we'll do our best. Depending on where you live, it may or may not make it in time, but we'll do our best to get it there. And now the last thing, if you are a little bit of, let's say, not a planner, and you're watching this video, and it's getting fairly late in December, and you say, I need something right now, there's always the option of a Flyin Miata gift card. These are digital gift cards. We will email you a code. So you can order this at midnight on Christmas Eve, and you'll have it in time. The code will come out immediately, and they can use that code to buy anything on our web store. They don't expire. There's no fees or anything like that. It's basically just like the equivalent of slipping a $100 bill into a Christmas card, except that it can only be spent at Flyin Miata, which, I mean, that's a reasonable expectation as far as I'm concerned. They are available in multiple denominations, so you can get them as big or as little as you want to, but they are on our website right now for Flyin Miata gift cards. Do we have any questions? There are no questions. Good. Other than why is he wearing that hat? Well, peer pressure. What are you going to do? If you have any questions about any of these products, please do not hesitate to give us a call. You can give us a call. You can contact us via our little chat thing that pops up on our website. That is not an AI thing. There are actual people behind there if you ask to speak to a person. You can email us. You can contact us on Facebook, on Instagram. We have a Twitter account, of all things. And Threads and TikTok. If you want to see Travis doing dances, we have TikTok. Please request it. Yeah. I would like to see that. Yeah, put them in the comments. More Travis dance videos. If you have any questions, we are happy to help you out. We hope you do have a good holiday season. As I said, we will not be available to help you out with your Miata questions from December 4th to January 5th. The web store will be open, but nothing's going to ship out until we come back on the 5th. We hope you enjoy yourselves. Have a safe holiday. Don't get too crazy in the Miata in the snow, but maybe get a little bit crazy. And we'll see you soon enough. Keith Tanner from Flyin Miata, checking out. Thank you and good night.